Hello everybody and welcome to another demo. It's been a while, it's been a busy year and I finally have some time to get going on creating some new demos, and I've just noticed that I keep getting so many more subscribers, so thank you so much, and I hope that you are enjoying my demos and learning something new or just having fun. Okay, so as you can see by the images here, now here's the thing, my husband has my camera tripod in the boot of the car, and so I'm using my little sort of tiny little funny little desktop tripods here. I'm hoping it's going to be okay, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so onto the demo. Well, as many of you may know, I am a little obsessed with birds, and I was obsessed with them before it even became cool, and now some people are complaining because there's too many birds in artwork, but you know, I love them. I will never stop creating birds, and I always try and find new ways of making new flying things. So these birds are examples from one of my workshops, Mixed Media Birds, and so I thought I would just share a couple of these with you. Let's move these aside. This is my latest one, My Spirit is Free. I just love creating these. This was one of my class samples, and you may have seen these on my website and on my blog and my Facebook page. And this one I really love because it's almost kind of angelic looking in a way, so I really love these, and they're so much fun to create. The templates that well, they're not really templates. Here's my cheating thing here. I go to Michael's Arts and Crafts, and they sell packs of these chipboard, well, not chipboard actually, they're more like very thick card, and I think they're called doves. They just sell them as dove birds in packs, and they're a couple of dollars, and these are just the perfect foundation for creating your bird art. So that's what I use. You can find them online too. So my inspiration for today's bird is, well, kind of the Olympics, I suppose, in a way. Not hugely, but yeah, maybe it is. So I found this wonderful paper from, of course, Seven Gypsies, and I'm just going to grab this. This is the paper pack that I used, and it is the Lil, and I'm sure I've used this before. In fact, I'm positive that I've used this paper before, and these are just fabulous, wonderful collage papers, and this is the sheet that I use because it has the Union Jack here. So what I did beforehand, just to save time, was I took a glue stick and I basically put the glue all over the front of the bird, and then laid the paper on top of the bird, and then used an X-Acto knife on the cutting mat and cut all the way around so you can get these nice clean edges. Okay, so now we're ready to create. This is the fun part. So I've already pre-cut a few bits and pieces out, just again to save time. Okay, I hope you can see that. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is pop a little eye on my bird. No, I'm not. I'm going to stamp a few images first. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. So I'm going to use my trusty VersaFine Onyx Black ink pad here. This is just my personal choice. I just love VersaFine because I use a lot of fine detailed rubber stamps on my work. Okay. Again, my postcard stamp again. This is just one of my very favourites from Rubber Soul. They're no longer here anymore, but we still love them. And I'm just going to randomly stamp postcard around here because it's kind of like a travel bird. This bird is well travelled. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, now this rubber stamp, I just thought it was so cool. I really love the design of this. It's just numbers, and it's from, I think it's Hampton, yes, it's Hampton Arts, and sometimes this just makes a great background stamp, so I'm going to overlap some of my stamped images here. Ooh, my camera is wobbling there, it's because of the tripod. Okay, I'm going to just stamp over here. I'm going to try not to wobble the table too much. And here. Okay, and then I think I might use a little flourish. Or do I have a flourish stamp here somewhere? Yes, I do. So I'm going to use this flourish stamp, and I'm going to pick up my ink pad this time because it shakes the table too much. And I'm just going to pop a little flourish here and a little one just here. So I'll hold this up so you can see. Okay, so that's the start of my bird, and then the next thing I'm going to do is a heart. Of course I have to have a heart, and I chose music because the Brits have such great music. So I thought we have a lot of heart in our music, so I thought I would put a heart on my little bird here. My birds always have hearts, and I'm sure you've heard me say this before, but almost everything I create has a heart on it. So I'm going to pop the dimensional squares here. These are just those self-adhesive foam squares, and I like to use those because they lift up the image and they give it more dimension. Just another layer to add. Oops, and the backing stick to your fingers all the time. Okay, so I'm going to pop my little heart here, and there we go. Now our bird has a heartbeat. The next thing I'm going to do is pop an eye on here. So I just sort of draw these eyes on white cardstock, and let's see, we'll pop the eye. I think there is a good little spot there. So I'm going to take a bit of glue stick and sort of just go on the back there. Excuse me while I turn this just slightly so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, that looks good. So now we have a little eye. Starting to look more like a proper little bird now. And the next thing I'm going to do is do the beak. So I cut a little piece of black cardstock here. And so I don't want it to be just square. I want it to kind of have a little curve here to make it look more like a beak. So I'm going to just cut a little cut, very, very slight, very slight. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on the beak here. The other thing that you can do is take a black marker pen and do it that way too. But you know me, I have to stick things on everything, so so let's see, I'm going to pop. You might want to turn it over just to make sure that you've got enough coverage, so that'll be a good beak. We're obviously not going to leave it that way. I'm going to turn my bird over, and then we're just going to cut the excess off. And then when you turn your bird over, he or she has a little beak. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put away my ink pad because we don't need that anymore. I am going to now put a few embellishments. So because this is my British bird, we have to have something else British, which I'm going to use an old postage stamp from England with Queen Elizabeth on there. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue stick on here. Just notice my light starting to flash. Well, that's fun. Okay, so I'm going to pop her on an angle here, I think. So you can see I've just popped her here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is attach or adhere a couple of buttons. And I chose a red, a white, and a blue. So I'm going to take some Crafters Pick glue with my little wooden stick thing here, and just pop 2 or 3 dabs of glue. So I think I'm going to pop a button over here, and I think I'll pop a button over here, and I think I'll pop one over here, and then decide which ones are going where. So I think I'll pop a red one here, and a blue one here, and a white one over here. Yes, I like that. The next thing I want to do is pop some words on here, and as you know, I love to do positive phrases, so I chose 2 that I have off my one of my collage sheets that I made. Live within the moment, because I just really believe in that, and fear not. This is something I like to use a lot in my work because like everybody else, I have fears and anxieties about certain things, and I always try and say these things to myself. Fear not, live within the moment, just do what you can, you know. We're human beings, it's going to happen. So what I'm going to do, instead of just leaving it white on the edge here, as you can see I've done on this here, I've put a little black on the edge. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I lied, I put my ink pad away and I do need it. So I'm going to just edge my words. Uh-oh. Ah. Okay. And I think I'm going to use I think I'll do the dimensional spongy tape again, because, or the foam tape, because that just really does make everything stand out a little bit more. And these words are important, I think, anyway. And I thought these words would be good for, you know, if you were following the Olympic theme, you know, fear not, you know, just live in the moment, do your best. Which we did, and oh my gosh, I'm so proud of all the Olympic athletes, and of course particularly of our British guys and gals. They did so well this year, and I wish I could have been there to see, but at least you can watch it on the TV. I still haven't watched the closing ceremonies yet, and that's something I plan on doing later. So live within the moment, and I'm going to put fear not right over here, put them together. Okay, and I think what I would do after that is just put a little bit of glittery stuff on here, of course, you know. Got to sparkle up the eye. I was deciding whether this was going to be a boy bird or a girl bird. It could be both, you know. I've known boys wear a bit of glitter on their eyelids now and again, so we can do that. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of glitter just on the outside edge of the heart here. This is glitter glue. Of course, most of you know this stuff. I use this a lot. And I think I'm going to leave it there, because you can go a bit crazy and over the top. Oh no, you know what? How could I miss a hat? So I have two hats, and I'm deciding which ones to use. So either this one, or, you know, I like the first one. Oh, definitely. I think I will take some double-sided sticky tape this time, and I'm going to I actually backed the hat onto some cardstock just because it was thin paper and you want it to have a little bit of structure. So I'm going to pop a little bit of double-sided sticky tape on the back here, pop it on, and now we have a dapper looking birdie. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for watching, and happy summer. Well, enjoy the rest of it. Okay, bye everybody.